Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another enlightening edition of Sports Fellas Daily Updates. Exactly 17 days more for the impending 2025 AFCON tournament in Morocco. And head coach of the Super Eagles, Eric Chelle, has released his expanded 55-man provisional squad. This has sparked debate among the Nigerian football community. And this is the right time to check out and scrutinize the various talking points and matters arising. The breaking in today's update is that Capitano of the Super Eagles, Troost Ekong, has finally retired from international football. We are going to check out his extensive details as to how he retired from international football and so far his journey with the Super Eagles from the year 2015 to the year 2025. Before I do that, if you're new on this platform, quickly let's do it together. Subscribe to the channel, hit on the post notification bell for more updates. Let's show love to our very own Troost Ekong. He's now former player of the Super Eagles by liking the video and sharing to other social media platforms. As usual, my name still remains Solomon Kwejo Asante, your only nomenclature with the engineer's philosophy in sports, a Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports with a Nigerian name, the only one, Solomon Chukwu Emeka. Please write something in the comment box about our very own former captain of the Super Eagles now, Troost Ekong. Subsequently, I'll give you special shout out and also with respect to our Super Eagles preparing for the 2025 AFCON tournament. More straightforward. Let's get into the video and talk about the Super Eagles and talk Nigeria football. Let me start from the camp of the Super Eagles with their preparation towards the 2025 AFCON tournament. Eric Chelle has released his expanded 55-man provisional squad. And in the month of December, we have 4 matches. The AFCON tournament is scheduled to take place in Morocco from the 21st of this December 2025 to the 18th of January 2026. And within the 55-man provisional squad, he will finally trim them to be between 23 from CAF, as expected from CAF, and to 28 as expected from the Nigerian Football Federation. And ahead of this tournament and squad list announcement for the final one for this AFCON tournament, there are a lot of talking points. According to a source close to Eric Chelle and the Super Eagles team, there is a huge possibility that our very own Stanley Nwabali will not be the first choice goalkeeper for the Super Eagles in this AFCON tournament. He has given out extensive details to why he will not be the first choice goalkeeper. But of my view, despite holes in some of the matches for the Super Eagles, especially some of the matches that we saw in the World Cup qualifiers against Lesotho, Stanley Nwabali, since becoming the first choice goalkeeper for the Super Eagles, has proven to be a reliable one. But according to how the report is going, this might change, that he will not be the first choice. And obvious that if it's not the first choice goalkeeper for the Super Eagles in the AFCON tournaments, definitely our very own Squad-Okoye will take place of his, and that is the latest coming out. Let me buttress this with the evidence based on how this source reported, and let's have a full glare on our screens as I quickly run you through. He started with these words: there is a huge chance that we will have a change in who will be in goalposts for the tournament. We haven't had much chance to shake things up due to how dicey the games have been lately. But with the time and opportunity we have before the tournament, all of that could change. He proceeded with these words: Nwabali is still the first choice, but for how long, I don't know, because we have had some conversations about his position. And also, it's very difficult to ignore the kind of season that Squad-Okoye is having in Italy with Udinese. Francis Uzoho hasn't done badly too in the Europa League. So these are the words of the source close to the Super Eagles team and Eric Chelle regarding our goalkeeping department, who becomes the first choice in the 2025 AFCON tournament. You can also share your thoughts decently in the comment box. Let me proceed from the defensive parts. We all know that within the expanded 55-man provisional squad, Eric Chelle included duo, that is 2 injured players, Felix Agu and Ola Aina. And people are talking about why these players should be part of Eric Chell's provisional man squad, even making it to the final cuts for the 2025 AFCON tournament. And Eric Sekou has decided the reason behind his decision. According to Eric Sekou, he made it clear to the Nigerian Football Federation Technical Committee that these players have given him the assurance that they might recover on time, or they might recover before the commencement of the 2025 AFCON tournament in Morocco. Hence his decision for their inclusion in the 55-man provisional squad. And he has given out the reason why he included Emmanuel Michael if they are not able to make it in the final cuts. He has Emmanuel Michael who will make the final cut to cover up in the defense for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And even within this specific time, Troost Ekong has also retired from the Super Eagles team. So it's going to be very amazing and wonderful with the final cuts for the 2025 AFCON tournament in Morocco. Still in the defensive part, let me take this opportunity to talk about the breaking coming in from Capitano of the Super Eagles. He's now a former player of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Troost Ekong. According to the latest reports and from his official X page, formerly Twitter, he has confirmed that he's no more playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I don't know whether you might get copyright issues with the video that he made, but in the course of the video, I will just add it up so that you get to know what he said about the entire story. Before you even watch the video, let's talk about who Troost Ekong is to Nigeria football. He joined Nigeria and he had his first game for Nigeria on the 13th of June, 2015. And he has now retired on the 4th of December, 2025, meaning he has played the Super Eagles within the space of 10 plus years. Within that 10 plus years, he played 83 matches for Nigeria. He scored 8 goals for the Super Eagles, same as winning 3 medals with Nigeria and having other competitions with them. With the latest update that I have, Troost Ekong is the highest scoring defender in the history of AFCON tournaments. He needed to climax everything with this AFCON tournament, but he says, no, this is the time I have to give other opportunity for the young players to also excel in the AFCON tournament. To me, this is the very best time for every footballer in his career to retire from his international career. If you know things are not going on well, don't wait for people to talk about why the coach is not inviting you, why are you not coming. All those brouhaha should be ceased. The right time is what Troost Ekong has decided on. He's not new player to Nigeria football. Let me talk about his football journey so far in his career. He rose through the youth side of Fulham. Through Fulham, he came back to Netherlands, from Netherlands to Belgium, from Belgium to Italy. He has played a lot of clubs in Europe and from there to Saudi Arabia. Troost Ekong, he has 2 siblings. We have Everest and Emily. These are the 2 siblings of Troost Ekong, playing for Dutch national under-19 and under-20. Eventually, in 2015, he switched to play for Nigeria. So that is the latest surrounding Troost Ekong. And let me just read out what he has to say on his official S page. Honored, grateful, forever a Super Eagle. Playing for Nigeria has been the greatest privilege of my life. The journey may end here, but my supports never will. Here is to the next chapter, and these are the exact videos compiled by him. Let's enjoy it on the screens. I'll be back with more.
Today, I'm announcing my retirement from international football. In 2015, a phone call from the late Stephen Keshi changed my life. A month later, the big boss gave me my debut. His belief in me ignited the desire to follow in his footsteps. Every single time I've put on the iconic shirt to walk out onto the pitch, I've thought back to that exact moment. Going on to captain the Super Eagles was beyond my wildest dreams. Nigeria took me in and trusted me to lead and represent a nation of 230 plus million. From a boy born and raised in the Netherlands to the Oyibo Wall and eventually Schiphol is a privilege I will always hold close to my heart. To have achieved 83 senior caps played in 5 major tournaments, won 3 medals, and broken a few records, I have really lived my dream. A bronze medal at the Rio 2016 Olympics, followed by playing at the 2018 World Cup in Russia, and 3 incredible AFCON tournaments, with a bronze and most recently a silver medal, will remain unforgettable. Being able to lead Nigeria through the 2023 AFCON, scoring in the final, and being named player of the tournament was something so special. To this day, I still wish for a different ending. Becoming the highest scoring defender in AFCON history is an honour I share with every teammate who was part of those moments. I'm at peace knowing that throughout all these milestones, I gave everything I had, not just for myself, but to try and inspire the next generation the same way I was inspired by the legends I looked up to and had the pleasure to fight shoulder to shoulder with. It has been so much fun to play alongside my Nigerian teammates. Watching them grow into leaders, time has come to pass on the responsibility, to pass on the opportunity, and to pass on the captaincy. I'm so proud to be part of a group that fully showed it's possible to come home, to play and represent our beloved nation. None of this would have been possible without the people around me. To every coach, member of staff, and most importantly, my teammates and now brothers, past and present, who have been part of my international journey, thank you. To the Nigerian fans, the heartbeat of Nigerian football, your support has carried me through every high and every challenge. This isn't a final goodbye. My work within Nigerian communities continues, just as my love and passion for the team will never fade. The last decade has been filled with commitment, pride, and unforgettable memories. Wearing the Super Eagles shirt has been more than playing football. It has been a duty, a privilege, and an honor.
So that is the latest coming in from our former captain of the Super Eagles, Troost Ekong. He was born on the 1st of September 1993. At the age of 32 years, he has retired from international football. Let me proceed from the camp of some players within the Super Eagles team ahead of the 2025 AFCON tournament. And the next player to talk about is our very own Samuel Chukwueze, and we all know his exploits so far with Fulham in the EPL. He has had his form turn around just within some space, right from moving on loan from AC Milan to Fulham. And with this blistering form, Eric Sequichel is now contemplating. He has even decided to change his position within the Super Eagles team. Predominantly, he plays him as a right winger in the Super Eagles team. But this is the time he has changed the decision with the build-up to this AFCON tournament. Now coming to the position as a left winger. This is a position that his head coach or manager at Fulham, Marco Silva, deploy him most, and he's excelling at that position. If so, he has to replicate same for the Super Eagles by playing at the left wing position. A source close to the team and Eric Sequichel made this revelation, and let's have a full glare on our screens. He started with these words. We had that discussion with Chelle, who also noticed and acknowledged that to get the best out of Chukwueze, we must emulate how he is operating at his club. It's the same for every player. He ended up with these words. I think we Super Eagles technical crew can see that he isn't probably at home playing as an inverted winger. So at the AFCON, he will be deployed in the same role like he plays at Fulham on the left. This is a staff within the Super Eagles team. Let me end here. I will not end up or add up more to who he is. He has made this revelation that definitely they are going to change his decision or position on the field of play as Super Eagles right winger, from that right winger position to the left winger, replicates him as he's doing for Fulham. So far this season with Fulham, 6 matches, I stand to be corrected. He has assisted twice and he has scored 3 times. And this is quite amazing for Chukwueze Samuel. Away from his camp, let me draw the curtains down, or the icing on the cake for this update is that my predicted 28-man squad for the 2025 AFCON tournament. Before this presentation, I included Troost Ekong, but just after this time around, with the exclusion of Troost Ekong, I'm going to talk about 27 players. Later on, I'll get to know who best befits that position of Troost Ekong. We all know that through injury, Benjamin Fredericks is not coming. So therefore, that position might be missed out. About a player of that caliber who can replicate same as Troost Ekong. But let me just talk about my predicted 27-man squad. I know Eric Sequichel will trim the squad to 23 to 28-man squad. I've spoken about new CAF regulations that you can just increase your number, but they are just going to take cost of the 23 players. As to the federation, looking at your financial consideration, you can add as many as you can from 1 to 5, making it 27 to 28. But Nigeria, the Super Eagles, Eric Sekwuchel has centered on 28 players. According to him, and the reason given out to the Nigerian Football Federation Technical Committee, one player is a doubt for making the final cut. If so, then he will just trim it to 27 so that they can take care of the transportation, competition, logistics, and others about the 4 remaining players. Let's briefly go through my squad list. With the goalkeeping departments, I'm just centering on these 3. Maduka Okoye of Idnis in Italy, Stanley Nwabali of Chippa United in South Africa, and Amos Obasoji, who plays for Sigindi Black Stars in Tanzania. I was just contemplating and pondering about he coming in or bringing back Francis Uzoho. But I think when you talk about Francis Uzoho, a lot of people will not be happy. So let's keep to what we have. Now to the defenders. William Troost Ekong is not part. So I'm starting from Calvin Bassey, Semi Ajayi, Bryce Osai Samuel, Bruno Onyemechi, Chidozie Awaziam, Zaidu Sanusi, Ryan Alobiosu, who plays for Blackburn Rovers, has spoken about this player, who he is and what he can do, and how beneficial he will be to the Super Eagles team. And Emmanuel Michael. So these are the players. I don't know, based on the medical reports and assurance given by Werder Bremen and Nottingham Forest, Felix Agu and Olaina might return to the team. So these are my defenders. To my midfielders, Alex Iwobi of Fulham, Frank Onyeka, Brentford, Alhassan Yusuf Abdullahi, New England Revolution in the United States of America, Wilfred Ndidi, Besiktas, Turkey, Rafael Onyedika, Club Brugge or Club Brugge, Belgium, Fisayo Dele Bashiru, SS Lazio, Italy, Ebenezer Akin Samiru, Pisa Football Club, on loan from Inter Milan, Italy. Forwards, Ademola Lookman, Atalanta Calcio Bergamo, Samuel Chukwu Eze, Fulham, in England, on loan from AC Milan, Victor Osimhen, Galatasaray, Moses Simon, Paris FC, France, Chidera Ejuke, Sevilla, Spain, Akor Adam, Sevilla, Spain, Paul Onuachu, Trabzonspor, Turkey, Rafiu Durosimi, Victoria Pleasant, Czech Republic, Tolu Arokodari, Wolves, EPL. So these are my 27 players. With it, 3 goalkeepers, 8 defenders. Later on, I'll add 1 up in the defense, and to the 7 midfielders and to the 8 forwards going to represent the Super Eagles at the 2025 AFCON tournament. My predicted squad list. You can also share your take and your opinion decently in the comment box as to which player or the players to represent the Super Eagles in the final cut for this AFCON tournament. I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Subsequently, I will keep you updated. But before that, let me give special shout out to these amazing people. Indeed, you've been really supportive to this platform, and I can't just live without talking about you. And special shout out to Dynamic Lab. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Sen Shoaibu Baku Alkali. I do appreciate your support. Jelly, I do appreciate the support of yours. And special shout out to Boladi Matthew. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Oladele Ojerinde. I do appreciate your support. Kingsley Maduagu. I do appreciate your support. Christopher Ekokru. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Gabriel Jimmy. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Raymond Kefas. I do appreciate your support. Sunday Oladele. I do appreciate your support. Jeremiah Owoko. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Joaquin Nebo and to other commenters under my previous videos. God richly bless each and every cherished viewer on this platform. Until you meet again, it's bye for now.